good here.
Yeah.
We're doing an interview with Terry Bobb from the Arc Band here.
Yes, sir.
All right, Terry, thanks for stopping by the tent here at Dark Star Jubilee.
Well,
I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me. I was actually looking forward to doing this, so because we need it right around here.
Oh yeah, we tried to do a lot of promotions on the local bands. I've seen you guys a lot. I saw you guys last year at the Jubilee, and I think I saw you guys. How long have you guys been together?
27 years.
And it was you guys I saw up in Put-in Bay, I think,
Yes,
probably 20-some years ago.
20-some years ago. It's funny how quick time flies, because I think we came to Ohio in '86, and we played. Yeah, we played with Dighton for a year, which is it was Irie, and then it went to Identity, and we played with him then. Then we played with another band, and then so right around '87 is when we started the Arc Band.
Gotcha.
And we've been the Arc Band ever since. So Put-in Bay, yes,
Definitely a possibility, huh?
Yeah.
And it's you and your brother, and who else is in the band?
Well, actually, we got 3 original guys left. So there's me, obviously, and Eustace, my brother, and Gabu. Gabu is the keyboard player. And when we came here 27 years ago, Eustace and I came, and about a few months later, 3-4 months, we went back to New York and got Gabu, and he's been with us ever since. Eustace and I has always stayed together, brothers. Our mom told us to. She did.
She's a good mom.
Yeah, well, I was 9 and he was 5 years old, and she said, "Stick together," And 40 years later, we still. Gabu, on the other hand, we recycle him. He go and he come, and he go and he come, but he's been with us for about 27 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got 3 of the original members, and all 3 of us are from St. Lucia. And Mark, the lead singer, is from Africa, is from Sierra Leone, Africa. And Kweku is the keyboard player. He's from oh man, I shouldn't be making that mistake. He's from Africa too. But
Big country.
I'll tell you, Ghana. He's from Ghana. And our little guitar player Cole, he's from Columbus.
I think the African Showboys are from Ghana too, I want to say.
I don't know.
Yeah. So you guys have been together, a long time, I guess. And I guess you guys, being the brothers, are kind of got the band together initially, got everybody together and put them on the reggae track.
Well, yes. The 2 of us has always been the backbone of the band. And my gosh, the one good thing about that drum and bass and playing reggae, because a good friend of ours told us many years ago, he said, in Jamaica, we don't want any 2 brothers in the band.
Why is that?
Because when one leaves, the other one would leave too. That makes a lot of sense. But guess what? It worked just fine for Bob Marley, because he had the 2 brothers, and that's who made him. So on the other hand, when you have 2 brothers, you have a band.
Right.
If one stay, the other one will stay. And that's what kept us together. We always say that the drums and the bass, no matter who comes around, no matter who we recycle, but if you have especially in reggae,
Yeah, I was going to say, especially with reggae.
Especially in reggae. Because in reggae, the drums and the bass really sets the tone.
The tempo and the tone.
Yeah, for reggae music. And luckily, thank God, knock on wood, that we drums and bass, and no matter who's coming, who's left, the sound of the band stays the same, which works for us.
Excellent. I guess I probably don't have to ask you who your musical influences are.
Oh my gosh, no.
Just throw out, probably Bob Marley, but who would you say some of the?
It's Bob Marley. Bob Marley is my guy. And it's funny, people ask me that all the time, who is my musical influences? Well, growing up in the Caribbean, it's reggae and calypso the whole time.
Right.
But we also have the other radio stations, like, country and western is the biggest music up till today.
Really?
Up till, if you throw a country and western dance today, there'll be a line out the door. Country and western is the biggest music in St. Lucia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never thought that.
And then you get you have your top 40, so we know all the, But I actually grew up as a rocker, believe it or not.
Really?
I grew up with Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, The Who.
Right.
Yeah, that was my kind of music.
The iconic.
Yeah, that was my kind of music.
Wow.
And many years ago, when I lived in Brooklyn before coming to Ohio, and then I realized that the reggae guys were making more money than the regular guys, because reggae was considered authentic music.
Right.
So I switched.
Easy enough. Easy enough.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't familiar with the Arc Band, they are pretty much a reggae band. The description of your sound is pretty much a straight hardcore reggae. How would you classify in your own words your specific sound as far as type of reggae? There's all kinds of different types of reggae.
Good question. We call our roots reggae.
Roots, okay.
Yeah, because there's roots reggae, the stuff Bob Marley played.
Right.
There's dancehall reggae, the stuff that all the cursing and the guns and the girls and there's that.
Yeah, right.
And there's lovers rock reggae. You know, the really good singer guys with great singer guys. You know? Yeah. So there's the lovers rock. You know, like guys like Gregory Isaac. You know, oh man, when these guys sing, you have to listen. You know? So there's lovers rock. There's dance hall reggae, and there's roots reggae, and we stick to the roots because it speaks more of what we it's a message, you know, it's the godly message, it's the peace message, it's the love message, and that's what the roots reggae come with, so we kind of stick to that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys like best about playing live? You've been doing it so long and playing so many different places across the U.S. and the world. What do you like best about playing live?
Honestly, what do I like best is the goosebumps you get when you have 100,000 people screaming at you.
Yep.
You know, that you get. I tell my friends all the time. I say, man, there's no greater high in the world than when you on stage playing and people are screaming at and you know you can't believe you're getting paid to do what you like. You know, plus it's a good job, Rob. It's money for nothing, chicks for free.
So says Mark Knopfler, I guess.
So it's a good job. I mean, coming to think of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, valid point.
But that's
cool.
what I like best, though. The best because music, it's just another job like any other job. There are good days, there are bad days.
Oh yeah.
They're really, really good days and they're really, really bad days. But what I like the best about playing live is that feel that you get. You know, from the people.
Tangible feeling of electricity.
Yes, it's something that nothing else. You can't even explain it to another guy because you know.
I'm not a musician. I don't know what it's like, but yeah, that's what I was trying to ask you about.
It happens that it doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
But there is some
magic.
Some shows, some magic where you connect with the audience, where you get goosebumps. You know, and I bet all musicians you get because it's connecting. You know, so.
Right.
So
it doesn't matter if it's 5 guys or 100 guys.
Doesn't matter.
So, you guys have played the Jubilee. This is your second time out here. You going to be back for the next Jubilee, I guess? Probably?
Well, let's hope.
Yeah,
because
I hope so
we played the three. We played 3 years before that. The Hookerville.
Right.
When it was Hookerville. So we played the 3 years before that, and last year and this year, and yeah, let's hope that they have us again because. You know, they got to have the reggae in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, I agree. So, I played Kingston Town, I believe, last Thursday on the radio show. Yeah. You guys have got albums out. You guys are all over the internet. Is it what? You guys on Amazon or iTunes yet?
We're a CD baby.
CD, okay.
Yeah, and I bet you there got to be something on Amazon, and you know, I bet you there is, but I do not take care of that part of the business.
But the best place to get your music.
CD baby. Yeah,
gotcha.
CD baby.
Gotcha.
Oh, get it from us.
Oh, there you go. Come to the show. So what do you guys have for 2013? Any big plans? You going anywhere special?
No, we actually just came back from Turks and Caicos. Yeah, it's the last island down on the bottom of the Bahamas.
Right.
We just played a monster show for this. I talked about it so much that I don't want to talk about it anymore. I mean, we played for this billionaire fella that rolled out a $300 million yacht. I mean,
what?
I mean, big time stuff, you know. Flew the whole band down, hotel, airfare, cab fare to play a private dinner on the beach.
Wow.
I mean, you know, for a few pennies, you could get me to do anything. So we just came back about 2 weeks ago. But no, all jokes aside, we're working on a new album, our 4th album. It's called Fire Dub. And it's really good. It's, you know, every album you always say, man, that's our best album.
Right.
Well, this album, we say, this is our best album. Because our last album, funny enough, was called All Things Considered. Because we decided, you know, well, the only reggae we hear on the radio is Oh baby, I love your way. You know that thing.
Right.
The old Peter Frampton remix.
Yeah.
And Red Red Wine by UB40.
Yeah,
That's the only mainstream you hear. So we decided if we would take all the good hits like like Hotel California, like You Got a Smile So Bright, that song, you know, we took, Electric Avenue.
80 Grand.
Yeah. So what we did was we took a bunch of these really popular radio-friendly songs and we played them in reggae. And we named the album All Things Considered, which means we considered that before we did it. Excuse me here. Well, you wouldn't believe. You could never be a prophet in your own town. Ohio didn't, the critics didn't like that. They wrote back and said, hey guys, why these songs and why now? And I wanted to write back and tell them, you didn't read the title of the thing, All Things Considered. We considered it before we did it. In the meantime, in Europe, the album is doing great.
Right.
In France, man, the guy, when the DJ sent us the playlist, like they play set on CDs, they're playing 2 of our songs back to back. In Europe, the album is doing great, you know, and in America, so again.
Ohio's a little conservative, I will say that. Ohio's a little conservative as far as West Coast and East Coast, on the grand music scale, for sure. That's why they've got the Jubilee, bringing it up
That's right.
a little bit.
Yeah, and that's why we're so excited about this album coming out right now, because it's us. It's like, okay, you asked for it,
right?
Here it is, you know. So we have this fire dub. Yeah, back to the roots, man. Fire dub, and it actually reminds me of the old days when bands would walk into the studio and just write a song and it became a hit, you know. So we have a lot of songs like that where, like, Mark was walking out of Eustace's house and he was playing the thing and he started humming it, and when he came back he decided, man, we should do that song. So that song became a song.
Right.
And one day we were rehearsing and I came up with some other foolishness and Eustace go, man, we should make an album. And next thing you know, we're making an album. So we're really excited about that
really
around
inspired,
here.
I guess.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's a good album. It's got a lot of good songs on it, a lot of good music on it.
When do you expect it to come out?
You can't expect these things because it's like it's like baking a cake. You know, there's no time on it, you know, so we were supposed to go back in Wednesday just passed and we couldn't because we rehearsed. And so I don't know, but it's in the finishing stages, and hopefully by the by the time summer comes around, we should have it in hand.
Okay, well that's good. Well, I look for it.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up here with 2 more quick questions. What's your best musical memory, man, that you can think of? All the places you've been, like just instantly, what's the one thing that pops in your head? Like, yeah, that's it.
Well, you know, Rob, it's funny. I was born to do this, and you know, sometimes I watch TV and they ask people like, oh, big time people, like, did you ever knew you were going to be big time? And they goes, well, no, you know, I never knew, you know. And they ask Madonna, did you ever know you were going to be? And she goes, yeah. Since I was a little girl, I knew I was the same way. Since I was a little kid, I always knew that that's what I wanted to do, you know. So I live on stage. Yeah, I'm more comfortable on stage than off stage. I've been doing it. I could relate to Michael Jackson, you know, like I don't like being in the crowd. So there's no special gig for me because all gigs are good. There's a special memory though. You guys would really like that. When I was 9 years old and Eustace was 5, I don't think I ever told that on an interview. Eustace was 5, I was 9 years old. We were playing with a little backyard band that we had. You know, I made my little drums with tins and cans. We had one guy playing a xylophone he got for Christmas, one guy playing a box guitar, one guy playing a harmonica, you know, that kind. Eustace was playing the cowbell.
Okay.
He was 5 years old. I was 9. Now we playing. I was the band leader already at 9 years old. Yeah.
There you go.
So we playing, and I say, stop. I say, dude, don't play. You can't play. Stop playing. He starts to cry. He's 5 years old. He's crying. Well, in the ghetto, the yards are so small. 3 yards over, my mom heard him crying. She yelled, Terry! I said, yes, Mommy. He said, what's wrong with your brother? I said, he can't play, Mommy. I don't want him to play. She yelled back 3 yards over, let him play. He's your brother. 40 years later, we still play together.
Can't kick them out.
That I remember more than anything else.
That's
Because as far as playing music, I was born to do this.
So you
That's
guys
all
will
I
be in
know.
the nursing home together jamming.
I reckon we will.
Probably.
You know, I don't know when is the end, because I tell people all the time. Look at B.B. King, man. I mean, he doesn't need the money. He got plenty money. He doesn't need the records. He got plenty records. He still play.
Loves it. That's
So
why.
there's no end. But yes, hopefully that him and I could play. I think we'll make our mom proud, because many years ago we actually brought her to Ohio to see what we were doing, and she stood in the middle of the floor and cried like a baby and said, "You guys just keep doing what you're doing." So, and she died many years ago now, but I think we'll make her proud if at the end, if we still, you know, keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, keep true to yourself.
Yeah, and so that's my story, brother. You know.
One last question.
Sure.
I know you're getting ready to go on here, so we'll make it quick. One last question. I don't know if you're a fan or not, but what's your favorite Grateful Dead song? If you had to pick one.
I don't know. You know, because Grateful Dead was always, we grew up on Grateful Dead, and it's funny enough that you never hear very much of it on the radio.
Yeah.
You know.
Except for me.
Well, there you go. But you know, so I don't know. I couldn't even put my finger on one favorite one. It's like a Bob Marley song. I mean, like, which is my favorite.
Yeah, I can't pick my favorite.
I don't have a favorite Bob Marley song, you know. But we grew up with Grateful Dead and these guys are
American
masters,
radio
man.
play.
Yeah.
Well, in the Caribbean, American radio plays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we grew up in all. We know all of that. There's no favorite. They're just masters. They're the best.
Well, thank you.
And hadn't it been for guys like us, wouldn't be for guys like us. They wouldn't be for guys like us.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
'cause
right.
that's our inspirations, man. Guys like the Grateful Dead's been doing so many years.
Yeah, I mean they stuck it out a lot longer than most.
Yeah, that's that's. I think.
I tell a lot of new bands, if you make it past the 7-year point, it's like a marriage. That's when bands tend to break up, about 2 albums into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think guys like the Grateful Dead really inspire us through to keep going. You know, just keep going. Like a lot of guys go, they make the money, they stop. You know, but just keep going. And that's where we are. I don't see any end to this thing. We just
That's a good thing.
As much as we can. Yeah.
Well, I know you're getting ready to go on. I will let you go, Jerry.
I have to
Thank
go
you very
sound
much,
check.
man.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
me,
dropping
brother.
by.
This is really good.
Yeah, I hope to. I'm gonna go catch your set, man. Let's go.
And if you need any more other information, you know, give me a call. We can talk about it later.
That sounds great, man.
Grab this phone right here.
Yeah, don't forget that. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
All right.